What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to build and play Sun Wukong in Smite, and the three main game modes I'm going to be going through are going to be Arena, Joust and Conquest. And I'm going to leave the timestamps for when I'm talking about these different game modes in the link below in case you want to go to a certain game, for example Conquest, which I'll put the timestamp for so you can go straight to that. And I'm basically going to be showing you how to play him as well, the best way to level his abilities, and some tips for playing him and how you should be engaging and playing in team fights. So without further ado, I'm going to start off with Arena. Now Arena is a game mode where not a lot of people play Sun Wukong, but you can play him for testing him out or having a bit of fun. So you can go for the more damage build, because in Arena when it's a 5v5, Sun Wukong isn't the best warrior to be engaging like Odin is, when he can jump in with a shield, or he can jump in and then activate his shield, and then he can be more tanky in the team fights and use his 3 to CC the whole team. Sun Wukong doesn't have that. He's more of a like 60-40 in terms of tankiness and team fights compared to actual fighting in Arena. So the way I like to start Sun Wukong in Arena is I like to go for more of the damage build. So I'll go Attacker's Blessing along with Blackthorn Hammer. Main reason for getting Blackthorn Hammer is because of the health, and if you look at his ultimate, he gets 5% of his health healed per second, and Blackthorn Hammer will give 350 health, which is just going to increase his healing for when he does ult. And it's got a good cooldown on it as well, and it gives you decent power as well as mana. So after that, you obviously want to go damage boots. You can choose to go the attack speed Sun Wukong build, but I feel like it's not too good in Arena. You want to be more ability based. So you're going to go boots, and then you're going to be going for a bruiser build. You can either go Jotun's Wrath or you can go breastplate, because again you're going ability based, so you're going to want to have your abilities up as much as possible, as well as your ult, which is going to be saving you. So I will usually go breastplate, but you can go Jotun's if you want. It's the same cooldown. Again, it's about having fun in Arena with Sun Wukong, so you can do whatever you want. I'm going to go for the breastplate. Next I'll go for the Shifter Shield, mainly because it works like well with his passive, where if he's with the shield, he gets more protections below 75% health, and then with his passive, when he's below 40% health, he gets more power and even more protections. So he's going to be more tanky the lower he gets, so it's really good with his passive. Now you've got the power as well from Shifter Shield when you're above 75% health, and you got that base 35 power as well, so that's really good. Now you want to go more into the health as well, like I said with his ult, so you can choose to go for that magical protection as well and go with a runic shield. That's giving you 200 health, 50 magical protections and 35 power, so again you're already at 2700 health. And last item which I like to go on Sun Wukong is going to be Mystical Mail, definitely. Mainly because you're doing 40 magical damage, around 25 units per second, so you are like again enjoying, you're gonna be doing damage to enemies while you're fighting them, and it does give you 200 health again to heal you more. And for your relics, you can get a blink if you want. You can do a blink stun play, or you can get a sprint, or you can get an Aegis, depends on what's on their team. But again, if you're playing for more fun in Arena, you're going to go for the blink and then probably an Aegis. Now you have 2930 health, which is going to make you really tanky, and you heal 5% of that for every tick in your ult, which is going to be really good. And you've got the tankiness, you've got 30% cooldown, which you can get 40% from the red pot that you use later on in the game. Again, that last item you can change. If they have more magical damage, you can change the Shifter Shield for a Pestilence. You're going to be healing more from your ult, and you're going to be doing more damage. If they have healing, you can have this Healing Shield instead of Shifter Shield, which will give you power and both protections and health. You can always not have Mystical Mail and have Mantle of Discord instead to get that max cooldown, with the 10% for when you're above 25% mana, which will be most likely late game. So you will have that constant 40% cooldown, and you're going to be spamming your abilities. Now I'll speak about leveling abilities after I've gone through all three builds. So this is pretty much what you want to be doing with Sun Wukong in Arena. Like I said before, you can sell the breastplate and go Jotun's Wrath instead. Again, you'll have the same cooldown, but you'll have 220 power this time. So that's how you want to be building him in Arena. Again, you want to go more for the damage build because the tankiness won't help you in the long run because you're not the most useful in team fights if it's a 5v5. Now, I'm going to sell these items and we're going to move on to how you want to be building him in Joust, which is what I use him, which is the game mode I use him in most, because he just is really fun in that one, and he's really good in the team fights. So for Joust, you want to definitely start off with a Warrior's Blessing. You're going to be getting your 40 health and mana back every time you do poke an enemy with your 1. And you're going to be slowing them with your 2, and if you want to engage with your 3, you're going to be getting that health and mana back if the cooldown is finished, and you want to stack that as soon as possible. Then you don't want to start off with boots. I usually start off with a first tier breastplate, 2 health pots and 2 mana pots. And I always start off with med or shell, most likely med because it is just amazing early game. And then late game it is good for the cooldowns. And again, if they have 2 magical gods and 1 physical god, you want to be going Genji's guard instead. So that just is based on their team, but like I said in the Odin video, it's pretty much the same in the end, where you go breastplate, boots, and then Genji's guard, because the cooldown from Genji's guard is just always nice to have. But if the magical damage is not doing too much, or if it's a guardian, hunter, and an assassin, then you can go Pridwin instead of your Genji's guard, but most likely they will have a magical damaging mage that you want to go Genji's guard. Now you can choose to go for the more bruiser build, or more damaging build, or the more tanky build, whichever one you prefer. I prefer to go for the bruiser build, so I'll obviously go Shifter Shield, which I think is one of the best items on Sun Wukong, mainly because it works with his passive. So above 75% health, he's got that extra 35 power. Below 75% health, he'll get 35 physical and magical protections, and then below 40% health, he's get another 1 protection for his current level, which is just really good. And yeah, that's the main reason you want to be getting Shifter Shield. Next, again, if they have the more physical damage, you want to go Void Shield, but if they have the more magical damage, you want to go Runic Shield. Again, the health from Runic Shield works really well with your ult, so you do want to be getting a Runic Shield on Sun Wukong. And last item, you want to get a Void Shield, because it does work really well again with your healing, and it just makes you tanky in general. Now with this build, you're at 2680 health, which is really good for team fights. You're not going to be too useless because you do have your 1, which does a decent amount of damage late game, as well as your Tiger Form. And with your last relic, you can choose to go Sanctuary if you are like seeing yourself dying a lot, because they have like a really high damaging ability. If not, I just choose to go Shell because it is really good against Hunters late game, as it does absorb the 2 auto attacks late game after you upgrade it. And that's basically how you do want to be building Sun Wukong. You can always choose to go the more tanky build. Instead of Runic Shield, if they're healing a lot, you want to go Pestilence instead. If they have more physical damage and they're healing more from the physical, you can go Contagion, but most likely it will be a Pestilence. And again, if you are dying too much, you want to go less for the damage build and go Mantle of Discord. That'll give you that max cooldown that you want. And late game, you can sell Warrior Tabby, and I sometimes either like to go Beat Stick or a Titan's Bane, just to do the extra bit of damage to the opponents. So Beat Stick or Titan's Bane, whichever works best for you. I'll usually go for the Beat Stick because I try and get rid of as much healing as I can on the opponent's team, which they usually do have quite a bit of. Even if it is lifesteal, getting rid of lifesteal can be a really big play, especially against hunters who have RC, or mages who have Typhons as well as Bancrofts, or just Bancrofts as it is. And that's basically how you do want to be building Sun Wukong, and it is really fun to flame like that. And lastly, I'm going to move on to Conquest after I sell these items. Okay, so in Conquest you always want to start off with Warrior's Blessing, obviously, and then you want to start off with Teleport because you are in solo. You're going to be in solo lane, so you do want to be there all the time. or as much as you can, and then you're going to start off with a first tier round shield, and or should I say first tier glad shield, 2 health potions, or even 3 health potions, or 2 health potions and a multi-pot, because you will have blue buff. The reason you want to go glad shield is because if you're versing a Bellona or an Osiris and they get berserker shield or whatnot and they'll have healing, you do want to keep up with that healing, so you will finish the glad shield after that. Then you want to go into power boots, and because you're in solo lane, definitely recommend going breastplate. As your Sun Wukong, you're going to have already 30% cooldown, and then 40% cooldown from the blue buff that you're going to have. Next, because again you're going the tanky build, is Conquest. They're going to have the healing. You want to go Pestilence, so you will have quite a bit of health from Pestilence as well. And it's going to give you the magic protection and reduce their healing. Second relic, I'd recommend probably going Shell, just because it does help you survive in team fights longer. And then next, I would recommend going Shifter Shield, which is what I go when I play Sun Wukong in solo. Again, because it works with his passive, it's really well. You're more tanky when you're above a certain amount of health, and then you're less tanky. But no, you're more powerful when you're above a certain amount of health, and you're more tanky when you're like lower health. So it's going to help you survive longer in team fights. Last item again is the flexible one that you can choose to go wherever you want. I'll usually go a beat stick again to reduce the healing, because they definitely will be healing if it is Conquest. Let me just find that there. So you go beat stick there, and then late game you do probably want to sell glad shield, because it's not going to be doing too much for you. It's just giving 20 power and 30 protection. You can get something better with better cooldown, which is where I'll go probably Mantle of Discord to give you that 10% cooldown. And then you can sell your warrior tabby to probably go a void shield or a runic shield, and most likely a void shield, because it is giving you some more penetration, health, a lot of physical protection, and some physical power as well. And that'll be your basic bruiser solo build for Sun Wukong. You have 278 physical protections, 188 magical protections, and I'm just going to quickly go to Fire Giant and see what my protections are when I am lower health. I'll just let him damage me. You might find it pretty hard, seeing since I am pretty tanky. I'll just stand here and then I'll talk a bit through the build as well. After you've upgraded your both relics, you're going to want to go your power pot. If you don't want max cooldown like overcapping, because you will be overcapping as red pot will give you another 10%, so you won't be overcapping them, and you'll have 30% here, and then you'll have max cooldown from red pot, which will give you an extra 10% cooldown, so you'll have 40% cooldown. Now, as you can see here, we have 325 physical protections and 253 when we're below 50% health. You get more from Shifter Shield, and you get more from your passive as well, which is insane. So you do want to be surviving longer in team fights. And that's pretty much the most perfect build I've found. You just survive so long late game, and it's just crazy what you can do with this passive combined with Shifter Shield, and you're going to be reducing the healing as well. Now on to playing him, you definitely want to level your 1 and your 3 alternatively, so you get your 1, 2, 3, level your 1 again, and then level your ult, so I'll level 5. Main reason being, you do an extra 30% damage to minions at jungle camps, which you're obviously going to want to max first, because you want to be clearing waves and clearing buffs as fast as possible. And then your tiger damage is your main source of damage, which is 380 power, which is the highest out of all of them, excluding the ult obviously. And it's a stun, so it's just really good for engaging fights. You wanna tiger stun them, and then auto attack, and then I do my 2, and then I do my 1. So that's pretty much your whole combo. And if we check how much damage that did, it's 648 from the tiger, which doesn't make sense because I've only hit it once with the tiger. 3 auto attacks, and then 264 damage, and then 438, so this is just really good damage. I'll just show that again. You want to do your 3 attack, 2, and then I don't have my 1, but you would do your 1 then, and that's how you want to be engaging with team fights. Another good thing to do in team fights is, if you are all together, you want to be knocking everyone up, as it does disrupt the other players and what they're doing, and so it'll just be better for your team to kill them, because that little second of them being in the air is going to be like a lot of time for someone in your team to damage them and kill them. And if there's like a group of a lot of people, then it's going to be really good as well. And your 3 is obviously for getting away. And your ult, you mainly want to start charging it when you're around like this much HP, because if you some people leave it too long and they die before the charge up is finished, which is a really big mistake. So try and do it when you're like around 30% health, and that's when you want to be ulting. Um, but yeah, that's how you want to be playing Sun Wukong in Arena, Joust, and Conquest. Thank you for watching. If there are any other gods you want to see, just leave it in the comments below, and I'll see what I can do about that. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.